The registrar at Michigan State University resigned on Tuesday.
That's one day before a university investigation found that she violated the school's sexual misconduct policy. It's a story you'll only see here on 6 News.
The registrar's name is Nicole Rovig. She's been the person in charge of everything from registrations to class schedules and transcripts to diplomas since 2009. But she came under investigation after one of her employees said Rovig kissed her in the bathroom of a bar. And that's just one of several graphic details.
6 News reporter Alexandra Ilitch not only broke this story, but has an exclusive interview with the woman who says the registrar made advances toward her.
And Allie, I understand this didn't end well for her either.
That's right, Sherry and Lauren. The woman who accuses Registrar Nicole Rovig of kissing her got fired a few months later. The woman, who we're not identifying because of the sexual nature of her complaint, has reviews that say she was a good employee, but she thinks she got fired because of what happened on a very unusual night.
She came out of the bathroom with her shirt unbuttoned.
The woman says Nicole Rovig was ridiculously drunk during a night out with other school officials during a Big Ten Academic Alliance conference in Ann Arbor in October 2016. She says she helped Rovig to the bathroom, and that's when everything went downhill.
Her tank top was on, her belt was unbuckled, her pants were unbuttoned. She asked me to help her with those things. I told her no. I made her button her own belt buckle and pants. She took my hand, put it on her abs. She's very fit, and said to me, aren't my abs great? And I pulled my hand away, and I said, yes, Nicole, they're fantastic. She couldn't get the top button of her shirt buttoned, and she asked me to help her button it. I leaned in, she grabbed the back of my head, pulled in, gave me a big kiss. I pushed her away, said stop.
But that's not the only sexual advance the woman says Rovig made that night. She laid out the details to a Title IX investigator back in April. The victim says Rovig continued to drink. She had her hands down people's pants, others from other universities, and that she played with several people's hair, kissed people on the lips, tried to stick her tongue in people's mouths, and rubbed people's legs. One woman who worked in the office said she witnessed Rovig kissing and touching other people. When asked who, she said, quote, anybody who would stand still. She kissed me on the lips. She asked if she could kiss me. I guess I said yes. It was weird. It was everybody. My boss said, kiss me. The woman said she agreed to allow her boss to kiss her because she felt she had no choice but to allow the kiss because Rovig is her boss. The report cited other co-workers and officials at other universities who said they didn't see Rovig act in a way that was unusual or improper. Rovig admitted kissing one of the witnesses since she had given consent, but denied ever coming out of the restroom with her pants unbuttoned, asking the victim to touch her abs or forcing her tongue down her throat. Rovig even gave investigators a doctor's note which says Rovig is tongue-tied, which would make it extremely difficult to extend her tongue to the point where she does not use or would not use her tongue while kissing. The victim told coworkers what happened but didn't report it to university authorities. She says she hoped Rovig was too drunk to remember, but says that in the months that followed had a dramatic and devastating effect, and her situation at work went downhill fast. And the Title IX report released in May sided with the victim. Investigators found that Rovig's unwelcome behavior in October of 2016, quote, unreasonably interfered with the woman's employment. It goes on to say that Rovig violated both the sexual harassment and intentional contact sanctions of MSU's relationship violence and sexual misconduct policy. Rovig appealed MSU's finding, but the appeal was turned down just one day after Rovig handed in her resignation. 6 News reached out to Rovig through her attorney, Joseph Parawa, for comment, but he declined, and we did not hear back from Rovig. Late this afternoon, an MSU spokesman released a statement saying the school takes sexual harassment seriously, has policies for it, training to prevent it, and investigates when they get reports. It also says, quote, sexual harassment in any form is unacceptable behavior at MSU, and we take decisive action when it is uncovered. In fact, the victim never did report what happened with Rovig to MSU. She told someone who was required by law to let the university know. As for the victim, she was denied unemployment because records show MSU told state officials she tried to get fired. She has since gotten another job in another state. At this point, she has not filed any lawsuit, and she says the only thing she'd like MSU to do is apologize. Last month, the former MSU employee laid out several graphic details to 6 News surrounding Nicole Rovig's behavior during a Big Ten Academic Alliance conference in Ann Arbor in October of last year. At the time, Rovig was the registrar at MSU. The woman says Rovig was ridiculously drunk when she came out of the bathroom with her shirt and pants unbuttoned and asked her to help button them. When the woman refused, she says Rovig grabbed her head and kissed her. 6 News obtained documents included in a Title IX investigation which claim Rovig made several other sexual advances to more than just the woman that night. Rovig admitted kissing one witness, but denied all of the other accusations against her. The Title IX investigation ultimately sided with the victim. Investigators found that Rovig's unwelcome behavior in October 2016, quote, unreasonably interfered with the woman's employment. The report also said that Rovig violated both the sexual harassment and intentional contact sanctions of MSU's relationship violence and sexual misconduct policy. Rovig resigned last month, one day before MSU upheld her appeal of the investigation. 6 News reached out to Rovig's attorney but did not hear back. The woman who says she was fired because of Rovig never did report what she says happened to MSU. Instead, she told someone at the university who was required by law to report what happened. She was fired from her job in the office of the registrar due to what MSU described as performance issues. Rovig signed and dated her termination letter on March 13th. Jason Cody, a spokesperson for MSU, said the university does not discuss specific personnel matters, but says in general, decisions to terminate an employee at MSU are made in conjunction with several offices and individuals. Because the woman was fired, the state denied her unemployment. She appealed it.
MSU lied to the state of Michigan about the reasons that I was terminated. This is a clear case of wrongful termination, harassment, sexual assault.
Last month, an administrative judge said her benefits never should have been denied, saying the woman, quote, did her job to the best of her ability and did not intentionally do anything to disregard employers' interests. The reverse decision no longer disqualifies the woman from unemployment. She's also entitled to benefits for each claimed week following the filing for them. She was unemployed for 6 weeks before eventually finding a job in another state.
I'm not going to stop fighting until the right thing happens.
MSU can appeal this ruling within 30 calendar days after the decision is mailed. The last day for the university to do so is July 24th.